The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Chaco, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Last week on the PL Show.
After he left and the Standpoint started making a name, getting the award, the recognition, it became a problem. There were attempts to take it from me.
Your own show?
My own show.
Privately funded?
Privately funded.
What is the story behind that page, that bit of you?
My broken leg. Yet, there's a picture. I was in a cast POP on crutches. Went to preach at ICGC, Wager. And everybody thought, wow, what a strong woman. And I stood, they wanted to give me a chair. I said, no. I stood and I preached for about an hour on crutches. Yes, I was in pain.
Wow.
But I wanted to motivate people. I wanted people to know that it is possible, irrespective, regardless, you can do something.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids. Happy smile.
Welcome back to the PL Show. We are here with Oheneyere Gifty Anti. What would you say the writing style for that is?
My style of writing is conversational. When you read my book, any of my books, you feel I'm sitting in front of you chatting with you. I remember when I wrote this, the first publisher I went to says, no, that's not the style of writing. When you're writing book, there's a specific, and I said, no.
This is how you want.
This is what I want. I am different. I'm not like everybody. And finally, I got someone printed.
Amazing.
And within 1 week, it became #1.
On Amazon?
On Amazon. Survival category.
Amazing. Amazing.
And it was on there for about a month.
For a month?
For about a month.
Oh, that's great.
It was still #1.
That's great.
Yeah.
And this is still on sale, isn't it?
This is still on sale. Yes.
So
I still
from a
have
bit
copies.
of me, you then came up with a pocket size one.
Yes.
The best of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick that one.
Okay.
Thank you. And then I'll go through. Well, number 11 came up. So I would read best of you, number 11. It says, before you go to sleep and when you wake up, I want you to know this. A cheat does not need a reason to cheat. No. A cheat cheats because he or she is a cheat. Stop blaming yourself. Stop being miserable. You have cried enough over something that is no fault of yours. Wipe your tears. Rise up and wise up. The danger is not just who he or she cheats with. The danger is the disease and infections they will bring your way. The danger is the brokenness and self-destructive paths their cheating can lead you to. Rise up and wise up. Gifty Anti. Tell me why you wrote this.
I had a friend who has sunk into depression. And her story is in my latest book. Who was blaming herself for everything that was not herself. And out of that self-destructive self-blame and guilt and everything, she's literally lost it. And guess what? The person who had done this to her had gone to marry a second wife. And her children are suffering because everybody says it's your fault. Women are made to feel that it's your fault that your husband cheats. It's your fault that your husband left you. It's your fault that your husband is irresponsible. How? But so far as I can remember, grown-up people, adults, make decisions for themselves. You can decide not to do it.
Yeah.
You will cheat because if I'm disrespectful to you, if I'm starving you of sex. That is why you went to cheat. It was your choice.
Yeah.
You could have talked to me. You could have convinced me. You could have explained to me what is happening. If it is not, you said all that, you could have sought counsel. Or at worst, you could have left and then gone to find somebody else who will meet your needs.
Yeah.
But if you decide to stay in and cheat, it was a choice you had.
And that brings to mind, what we see now. It seems cheating is becoming accepted. It's becoming tolerated. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's acceptable. I don't think it is normal. I don't think it is in DNA. Well, things are changing. People again have choices. You decide. Polygamy has always been there. Yes, I know. But then, even the Old Testament, there were people who decided to remain monogamous. In the New Testament, the same. Let me dare a bit, because I work with, I do conferences with the Muslim community. According to the Quran, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon his name, was married to a single woman, Nana Khadija, for years, until she died, before he remarried and then married the other wives. And the Quran talks about the fact that if you want to, you can. It doesn't say you must.
Yeah.
You can. The same way, the Bible does not promote polygamy, but the people decide to be second.
It should be by choice.
It's a choice. I do not judge people who decide to become second wife or to marry 4 or 5 or whatever. It's a choice. If you want to do it, that's your choice. Don't blame somebody for making you do it.
Yeah. The other thing here on page 13, which I think is really important, particularly in today's world.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
There's beauty in originality. There is sexiness in originality. You can only be successful if you are and stay original.
Yeah.
Learn from others, take inspiration from others, but please don't ever copy anyone. That sounds like you're just here telling me that. I mean, the way you write it,
yes.
it sounds like I'm listening to
too.
you.
That's my style of writing.
Don't be the duplicate or photocopy of someone. That person has succeeded because he or she is the original. Stay original. Why is this important?
So important because we have people now doing copycat. They want to talk like somebody. They want to dress like somebody. They want to walk like somebody. They want to, that is faking it. And fake is always plays second fiddle. I see something in Keminni that is Gifty Anti, but Keminni is not trying to be like Gifty Anti. There's something that we have in common, but your style is different. You are not Gifty Anti. Your style of questioning, your attitude towards work, it may be similar, but it is not the same because we are all unique in our own way. This work that we do, there are lots of people who have come and gone. Why are we still here? Because most people come trying to be like other people.
Right.
When people tell me that, you are the Oprah of Ghana, I say no.
No.
I am Gifty Anti of the world.
Makes sense. There's
there's only one Oprah. I may do something like her. I may have the fire like her, but I'm not Miss Oprah. There's only one Miss Oprah. Even her friend Gail is not Miss Oprah.
Yes. The last one. When quitters win. I know it is said that quitters don't win and winners don't quit. But sometimes you need to quit to win.
Yeah.
Note I said sometimes.
Yes.
Why did you write this?
We get into needless battles that will end up destroying us. Most of the time, we do not allow people to be themselves because we are unable to be our truest self. We like to fake it. We can't do that and suspect to win. And I added that you can be yourself and still win. What wasn't thrown at me? When I started, people on TV weren't wearing beads. They were wearing proper gold and jewelry and all that.
Yeah.
They weren't wearing Ajwa Yankee into mine and all that. They were wearing suits. I couldn't afford it. Now the beads are named after me. There's cloth named after me. There's kente named after me. Now even my style of tying my duku has become a name.
Yeah.
When you stay original, and I think one of the, I don't know which one, I wrote that in. I said, first, in trying to be original in a space where everybody is struggling to be something, you may seem weird, odd. And then people begin to look at you. You become unique because they start with, this one is there, Keminni. Which name is Keminni? Everybody on TV has, Ajwa, Ama, or Gifty, or whatever. Which name too is Keminni? Can it fly? They become, that girl has a unique name.
Yeah.
At a point, people were even trying to joke with your name.
Yes.
But then that is when they started paying attention.
Yeah.
And then you begin to stand out.
Yeah.
Through that uniqueness, you stand out.
Yeah.
Oh, as far as she has a unique name. She has a unique attitude. She stands out from the rest. She's not trying to use these names or whatever it is. So it is so important. Faking, life is hard enough. Why do you want to fake it? Why do you want to pretend? Stay true to who you are. People will learn to accept you with time.
Let's just wrap it up on 14. If you quit, you don't win.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you quit, you win.
Sometimes you quit, you win.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. I went back to I get why you've come back to because there are battles you don't need to fight. Somewhere I wrote about the fact that most the people who are trying to drag you down are already in the gutter. You left the gutter a long time ago. Fighting with them will mean you descending into that gutter. So you let them be.
So we should know when it's time to quit.
It's time to quit.
And sometimes it's okay to
Sometimes
quit.
you fight it throughout.
Amazing.
You know the consequence. You know the ultimate goal. You have a focus. This is where you want to go. And that's something that, I talk about these days. Be careful what the enemy is stealing from you. The enemy is not just the devil. The people who are trying to get you into that unnecessary battle.
Unnecessary arguments.
They're trying to take you from the bigger picture.
Yeah. And I really love this pocket-sized book. On that bad day or a really good day, you could just pop into it and then get something to even inspire you some more. What was the next book after this one?
50 Nuggets at 50.
That was when you turned 50.
That's when I turned 50.
What's your favorite? First tell us what 50 Nuggets is about.
50
then we'll look
Nuggets.
at your favorite page in it.
Okay, 50 Nuggets at 50 was when I turned 50 and I decided to put down 50 of my experiences in life.
Amazing. So what's your favorite in there?
Letter to my dad. Dear Dada, do you remember those depressive times in 1992-93? I know it was tough on you, but you stayed strong for me. Do you remember how I went to hustle at Tech, now Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, for a long and a whole semester, and yet I had to come home empty-handed because I didn't get admission? Do you remember how I got sick and was admitted at Bengali Hospital? Oh Lord, I am so sorry, Dada. There was no money at home, yet I kept adding to your woes. Forgive me. Well, I remember one early morning you came to visit me. I told you, Dada, when I grow up, I will marry a doctor and call myself Dr. Mrs. Ha ha ha. Now I remember and I laugh at myself. How I wish you were around for us to laugh together. Life, I don't really know why I said that. And by then, I hadn't watched too many Nigerian films too. Well, I remember you told me, do you think I should state how you called me then? No, too many people will start calling me that. LOL, well, why not? It was your special pet name for me. You said, Abofra, don't worry, you'll be great in future. I said, okay, Dada, then, but I didn't believe it. And I'm sure you knew that. I didn't believe it. I looked at where I was coming from and where I was, and greatness was too far away from me. But guess what, Daddy? As I write to you now, I received my 41st award in November 2019. Yes, Dada, I am sure even you will be shocked. And oh, before I forget, Dada, have I told you a kente has been named after me? The paramount chief of Manya Krobo traditional area, Nene Sakite, also honored me with the title Yokama, Woman of Value, in October 2018. Oh, Dada, there's so much to tell you. But for now, all I want to say is thank you for speaking the word, greatness, into my life. Please, Dada, since this letter is going to be my third book, let me digress a little and speak to the readers. My dear one, you see, words have life and they are powerful. Words are spirit and they do manifest. As a parent, watch what you say to your children. Remember, God created the world by speaking the word. The words we say to people can make or unmake them. Never take the effect or impact of words for granted. So, Dada, see, I didn't marry a doctor. I married a chief. But I have an honorary doctorate of letters award. Yes, Dad, I do. But people get jealous when I use it. So I don't use it. All because you spoke the word and I worked with it. And oh, before I forget, I am also living the name you gave me, Gifty. Once again, I say thank you, Dada, for speaking the word into my life. I promise to speak the right words into my daughter, Nyami Enyonyam's life. I wonder what pet name you would have given her. LOL. I love you, Dad. Rest in peace.
Amazing. Amazing. Maybe we'll call her Abofra 2.0.
Wow. All the things that you still remember Abofra. You see?
but that's an amazing write-up to your dad. Yeah. And we're also proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just as much as, maybe not as much as he would have been.
Yeah.
But, you know, we are proud of you as well. Anyway, what do you think Daddy would have said to that letter?
Whew. He would have shared it here. And he would have hugged me and have said that, yes, I knew it.
Amazing.
I've always known that you will make it.
You wanted to marry a doctor, but now you are the doctor.
Yes, now I have an honorary doctor. You
have an honorary
But when I use it, people get jealous, so I don't use it.
I like that too. I like that too.
And that was the kind of rapport I had with my dad. You know, he would tell me, in film, am I jealous? In film. I said, what's this station? In film.
But after this book, then there was another.
Yes, I released two at a time. 22nd of March 2022, which marked exactly 2 years I went into mandatory quarantine.
Okay.
You know, COVID period. It was horrible. You know, horrible experience. I learned a lot of lessons in there. I had my closer relationship with God because I had a rainbow experience. That's room 5005. Yeah. You know,
and you say while this book is about COVID, you hope that, you know, people can draw the lessons out in there.
The lessons of not being bogged down by the titles and the positions you hold, because those positions and titles will one day go and you'll be nothing. This was in African Region Hotel, where I was treated like a queen and a princess, even though I wasn't married to a chief then. That's where I'd recorded my standpoint when I started. I went there, everybody would want to take pictures with me. But because of COVID, they treated me like a contagious plague. You know, and understand that. Then I was angry, but I understand it because it was early days of COVID. Nobody understood what was going on, you know, and you can't take chances. So they'll come and bang on your door and dump the food in front of your door and run away. My husband was bringing me water and they said, no, he can come in.
Wow.
You know, it's so horrible. I have claustrophobia.
Because of that?
No. I've always had it.
You've always had it?
I've always had it. So here I was put in a room alone. I can't open door. I can't open windows for 1 whole week because there was the belief that the virus was in the air. So if you have it and you're in a space that is open, then anybody
could have it.
It was after the first test when I was negative, when we were able to open windows. And then the second test came, I was still negative before we were allowed to go.
You were let go.
Yeah.
And the second book was which one?
Broken but Beautiful.
What's
was
that one
also-
about?
It was about the things I went through there and things we will go through that break us. But then, if you focus, if you don't look at the brokenness, you stay beautiful. No, it's coming before When Strong Women Cry. When you look at this picture, the first thing that will come into you, wow, that's a beautiful picture. But there were tears in there. It's a picture of brokenness deep down.
Yeah.
But then it looks beautiful. In your brokenness, you still bring hope.
Yeah.
Brokenness is not the end of your life. Brokenness can be the beginning of something greater. Life is all that matters. For example, that's Life is All That Matters. That's page 108. God never told us the journey was going to be easy. In fact, he never told us about the dangers we would face in between. God only told us that he will be with us when we go through the valley of the shadow of death. He was not specific about what that means, but he promised and was specific about being with us when we go through it. Do you trust God to keep his promise? Do you have faith in God? You are alive. Get ready and let's start our journey for today. Whatever today throws at you, remember God is and will be with you. It will be glorious in the end. And oh, don't forget to add some swag to your life and your hustle. Let's go, people. Much love.
Amazing. And then the current book is what we have on the screen.
Yes.
When Strong Women
Cry.
Cry.
Yes.
Why did you decide to give us this book?
That's a book also born out of a place of pain. There's nothing as painful as a woman going through her own pain and brokenness and everybody telling her, be strong.
Yeah.
You are strong.
Yeah.
Be strong. No, you don't want to hear that. People think strong women don't go through their own tears. So many things have been thrown at me. So many accusations. But morning after morning, day after day, I show up. I keep doing whatever it is. Some people think I don't care. It doesn't affect me. No. It cost me some things.
Yeah.
It affected me in some ways. But it is the determination to keep going and not to give up. It's the knowledge that somebody is looking up to me. And because I keep going, she or he will also keep going.
True.
So I had called a few of my younger feminist, children. We had, I call it the kinky detox. I wanted to have a conversation with them to tell them that, listen, this thing that we are in can be very lonely. There's nothing like you fighting for people and the very people abandoning you when you need them most. It can be so tiring. And we talk about stuff like that. So after that, all of them sent me messages about their feedback and all that. And then one of Eugenia said, I think there should be a next book. She said, well, the detox manual on, and I said, no. Yes, I'll write the book, but to be When Strong Women Cry.
Right.
So I started with my own cries. And when I started telling people that I'm coming out, they said, oh, really? Write my story too. I want you to add my story. I want you to do this. So I have the Paramount Queen Mother of Akwemu telling her story. I have Dr. Angela Dramnabuaji telling her story of pain. Mary Amoor, Gloria Puaman, who lost its first child to cancer. Chewizi, who survived cancer 3 times. And the doctors didn't expect her to live up to now, but she's still living. So there's so many stories.
Collection
my friend,
of stories.
My friend who went through abuse and all that, her story. So there's some who.
So did you know from the get-go it was going to be a collection of stories from women?
No. I
So
didn't think so.
When did that
I was
idea
going to
come?
write about my and then the general, some of the stories I know. But I was shocked again when people said, I want you to tell my story for me. And again, that's why I said it goes back to what I do. Create a platform.
Yeah.
So I sent a message back to them and said, thank you for listening. They said, no, Gifty, I am honored and grateful that you are telling my story.
Where can people find them?
If you're outside Ghana, you can get it on Amazon. We are open to corporate bodies who want to buy as a group. I can come give you a talk autograph and then sell the book to you.
We'll come back and continue this conversation, but right now, let's take a look at DIY.
Hello, welcome to my home on a relaxing Saturday morning and to my garden. It's time for gardening. On Saturday morning from the gym, I come to the garden to make sure that my friends are doing well. Today we are going to do some watering. We haven't had water for some time, so the plants are a bit dry. This tree is the oldest plant in this house. Oh, they've been thirsty for a very long time. And this is our Christmas tree. This plant is called circles, yes. They grow wild. I mean, especially when you are going to Idumasa, in the Akwemu area, Idumasa Road, they grow wild in the bush, you know. So one day I was just driving to Idumasa and I saw it and decided to bring some home to plant. And it goes, when you come closer, look, there are new growths coming. I can conveniently cut these ones off and allow the new ones to grow and blossom. This is pink anthurium, and they love charcoal, and then the leaves, so the dry leaves, you know. This one thing about this tree is that it letters the Lord, especially when during the dry season the dry leaves fall. But then it's good because it's good for the plant as well, and then the soil, it fertilizes the soil as well. So you just stay around it a bit, you know, for it to breathe. So this is me. This is what I love to do, apart from exercising, reading, watching cartoons with my little one. Thank you for watching, and remember, plants give life and they need love. So you really treat them with care and with love.
I didn't know you were a plant mom.
I love my orchids.
Why? What's special about them?
When I was young, I watched a movie, Red Orchids. It had nothing to do with the plant orchid, but I did research and I found about people's love for it and how therapeutic it can be. That's when I started.
Right.
And those orchids you saw have survived how many years? From 2011.
Wow,
Yes,
just
so
as
yes.
resilient as
As
their
they are.
owner.
Exactly.
Amazing. The DIY segment is brought to you by Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Go grab yourself. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste is brought to you by the Samara Group of Companies, producers of Sasso. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste is recommended for adults and children from 6 years and above. It would give you fresh breath, whiter teeth, reduce dental plaque, make your gums strong, prevent cavity. Kel Happy Smile. What we'll do now is we'll take a very quick break. Stay with us.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi, Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy Smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back to the PL show. We are here with Oheneyere Gifty Anti. Now we're going to talk about family. One of the things that you suffered a lot, the insults that people rained on you because you were unmarried. What were those times like?
They were tough. Some were sad at times, and a lot of times I was angry. Again, let me go back to Oprah. the same people who were hailing Oprah and were excited about Oprah were the ones or are the ones castigating me for not being married. But Oprah was way older than me. She was not married and didn't have a child. So what is it because I'm a Ghanaian? And sometimes the way that we even say it, I used to get really angry. But then I told myself once again that if I allow the anger to eat me up, I will mess up. I'll lose everything. I'll be a failure, just as they want to. But no, I am going to keep going. I remember many years, I think 20-something years ago, Showbiz interviewed me and they asked me about marriage, and I said, I'm a woman on the move. If marriage catches up with me on the road, fine, we go. If it doesn't, I'm sure God knows why I didn't get married.
And this was by choice. It wasn't that you couldn't, you didn't get the options.
Because well, maybe you should blame my father. I'm this focused and determined woman to make an impact that I will not let anybody, I've been in relationships, they wanted to marry, they were well-to-do and all that. But I saw the signs, the obsessiveness, the control, and the intimidation. I mean, call it whatever, not to allow you to be yourself, to do what you want and all that. And I didn't want to lose that. Charlie, my father suffered all to get me here. I'm not here to give it all up. Because I realized I wasn't the only person going through that. And in my determination to make women understand that marriage does not define you. There are many women who have died because of marriage. Marry when you want to marry. I mean, in a bit of me, there's a book that says, own your virginity. I tell young people, decide when you want to have sex, who you want to have sex with, where you want to have sex in. Determine it. Yes, we live in a society, but God gave me whatever it is that he gave me for me to take ownership or to own it, to take care of it. So why should I let somebody's opinion of me not getting married? Okay, I'm not married, but hey, I'm impacting lives. I'm helping girls go to school. You, with your marriage, what have you done? You, with your many children, are you even able to take care of them? I remember somebody making a comment, somebody whose children I was helping, making a comment to me and telling me that, oh, as for you, because you are not married, you don't know what to use your money for. Can you imagine?
But it's your money.
Meanwhile, I was helping her children. And I still hold that opinion.
Indeed.
That people will say whatever they want to, regardless.
Absolutely.
Because they are confused. They themselves don't know their self-worth. They dare not they're not rise to where you are. They're afraid of being who you are. They don't understand how you've become who you are. Again, let me take you back to my dad. When they started talking about me and the ex-president, took me to a funeral one day when we filed past the cops. He said, just pay attention to what people are saying. My dear, if you yandida ni ye kra, wasensa papa. Oh, na tyrant there fine no. Na the way you doing it too hot, all sort of things. So I think the last one was where we cried in a broad brain in a sicken na crap or then obey. You need pepper in it. So I look at my dad said, yeah, the lesson is simple. No matter who you are, people still talk about you. Yeah. Ultimately, it's you. What do you make of it? Want to make of it? What do you want to do? And so every now and then, I get back to what my dad told me, the conversation we had, the stories he told me, and it always helps me through life's journey.
After all that, at God's own time, you got married.
Yeah.
And then you had your baby, Nyami and Yunyam. We'll talk about that in a moment. But right now, I have a really nice surprise for you. You're looking around. We do have a surprise for you. And then we have...
Oh, mommy.
Palus, menya wo.
How are you, Pearl?
I'm doing okay. It's an honor to be here.
What is Oheneyere to you?
I would say that Oga is my mother. I joined her as a mentee from YALI. YALI is the Young Africans Leadership Initiative by Barack Obama. And so I did something on women empowerment. And so I needed to understudy somebody. So I chose Oga as my mentor. And when I got there, she welcomed me wholeheartedly. And so I transitioned from being a mentee to an employee. And then I became her daughter, which I cherished so much.
Pearl, tell us how you think that, she's impacted your life.
I would say that for the past 4 years, all that I have become, or my growth and development as a person socially and as a person professionally, I would say that I credit to Oga. When I got to Mommy's place for work, it didn't take her too long to get to know who I was or who I am. She would tell you straightforward, Pearl, this is who I think you are. And I think that you can do better in this direction or do better in the other direction. She would influence you both with teaching you verbally and teaching you non-verbally. You just have to observe this woman and you will learn so much from her. I recall a period where my car broke down and Mommy's car also was broken down, but she found it good enough to give me money to fix my car. That is how much she's impacted my life.
But Pearl, is there something that you wish she would do better, or maybe you don't like about her, or because you have been raining praises plenty?
Mommy, I will say this and I wish you would forgive me. Sometimes I wish Oga would just slow down. She thinks about everybody and she's there for people all the time. I know you always want to solve people's problems, but I wish that you should rest a bit and just unwind, rejuvenate, and I think you'll be good.
Is Pearl in trouble right now?
No, I knew she was going to say that. I knew she was going to say that. I just
But how does it feel hearing your daughter, mentee, and employee once say these things?
It's heartwarming because Pearl, I call her my Pearlus. Pearl is a very hardworking woman, very intelligent, very hands-on. This girl can fix her car when her car is broken down, fix her tire and everything. She knows how to do everything. And though we don't have the official working relationship, I still call on her. I want to do this. Nothing I'll do that I don't discuss with her. One thing I've known about Pearl is that she never takes it for granted. There are people who, when you get to that level, they will cross the line. They start taking you for. But Pearl has always maintained that. Listen, no matter how far this woman goes with me, I don't cross this line. That I really appreciate about her. Really, really appreciate about her.
Say some final words to our mommy, Oheneyere.
Mommy, on this beautiful day, I just want to say that the Lord is not done yet with you.
That's a powerful
Mommy, let
prayer.
me use the words of my pastor. I love you so much, and there is nothing you can do about it. You are blessed. You are favored.
Amen.
Much love, Mommy.
Thank you so much, Pearl. We'll see you some other time, Pearl. Bye-bye. Let's come back to a conversation about family. When you had a Nyonyam, how old were you?
47.
And people thought that it was over for you?
Yes, it was over for me. I thought it was over for me.
I was going to ask that. Did you think it was over for you?
Yeah, I thought, it was over. And I make no secret of it because I read them in my books as well. Doctors said it was not possible. But it took one doctor who said, listen, let's try. And I remember from day one, Dr. Padiaite said, Gifty, I'll try my best, but the rest is with God. And on 24th of December 2016, when he confirmed me pregnant, he said, I gave you this song.
Travis Green.
When your back is also
when your back's against the wall. Yeah.
It's all because of him. So God will take care of it. And he's worked with me as a doctor till today.
Even then, people won't let you rest because they said you had either adopted or used a surrogate.
The surrogate, yes. Even when I think my photo was leaked in my 8 months, some said, it's something I put I should do the nude. I should have done the nude.
Really? Oh my goodness, you have such a tough skin.
Oh, yeah. That, you see, it's been said over and over again that behind every strong woman is a story that left her with no choice.
Yeah.
I had 2 choices. Either to give up or to keep going. I choose to keep going. I'm so grateful to God that my daughter, and this is the first time I'm actually talking about this issue. I have not commented. I'm not going to comment anywhere. But I'm just grateful to God that my daughter is too young to even understand what is going on. Or to read and, But
it's a shame.
Why is it c'est la vie?
Yeah, it's life, isn't it?
It's life. Yeah. That's my life right from the beginning of my public life. I was described as beautiful enough for the certain, but not intelligent enough. So I guess it goes on.
And then there is the God factor.
Yeah.
Has it always been, there from the very beginning, or there was a point in your life when, the God factor became central?
It's always been there. I was raised, my father was a presbyter, my mother was a Methodist. We've been to church. That's all I've known. But it wasn't really, this woman who understands the ways of God, the things of God, and has so much faith in God. No, I think the turning point for me was when I got sick. I got really sick in 2015. Yes, just before I got married. I got really sick, very sick, and God came through for me. And after that, a lot of things that happened, the childbirth, the things I've survived, over and over again. And it just draws me. I know that it's simply by grace.
Yeah.
It's not something that I've done. It's simply by God's grace. Yeah. I am here because God decided I'm keeping you here.
Right.
And I look back, the struggles I've been, how I'm still relevant after 26 years in media at the age of 53.
You have to tell us the secret. What's the secret?
Know how the standpoint is still on air after 15, for almost 15 years. I still don't know. It must be God. It must be God.
What does the future look like for you? For GDA, for you personally? What are you looking at?
I don't know what the future holds, but I'm, rely on God's perfect will. My dream is to own my own studio to help groom young up and coming, women in the media, those who want to be presenters, people who want to come and have their own show.
Yeah, and we also need a book.
And as for the books, we'll keep writing by the grace of God. We keep writing, and then maybe one day we'll retire and eat. Nana always says, he threatens me all the time. Just when I say I want something, pizza or fried rice, you should take me to it. I say, hey, start to practice you, and very soon you can't tell me you continue crashing. I eat the abomni.
Is politics in the future for you?
No.
Not after all the
for
the
me,
influence you could have.
You see, the influence I have, I want to use it as a platform for women in politics. Quite recently, I was at Sunyang, and the young lady who was contesting for NDC primaries, Mrs. Akantua, went to her husband. So her husband sponsored the program that I was doing. So when I met her, and she sort of wanted. So after the program, she said, she was meeting her regional executives and all that. Would it be okay for me to pastor? And I said, why not? I'm for women. I'm not for NDC, MPP, or whatever. I'm for wherever women are. I'm a Christian. I have, this year will be my 11th edition of Muslim Women's Conference. Because they are women and they accept me because I have the respect for them. Yeah. Some of us have to be the platform that everybody can feed on, irrespective of. Unfortunately, we live in a country that once you associate with a particular party, then everybody thinks, hey.
Thinks that.
But hopefully we'll get to that place where we realize that, listen, we are all one people. Nothing has to separate us. So for me, I think I would like to be this woman that can serve and can go anywhere.
You like where you are?
I'm comfortable.
We cannot have you here and not have you touch on a few issues of national concern.
Okay.
What generally is your view about the state of the nation at the moment?
We are in some really tough times. And sometimes I worry, sometimes I fear, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Every day there's something new. There's businesses, you know, are struggling. As somebody who runs a company based on, you know, sponsorship and adverts, I know what is happening in the system. You know, people can barely make it. Prices keep going up. You're just listening to the news. it can even give you depression.
Yeah.
So we're really, really in tough times, and I believe I pray and hope that things will get better.
Away from that, one thing I'd like us to talk to, because it relates directly with what you have done in the past and continue to do, is the affirmative action bill. Finally, there's been some action on that, but we cannot talk about it without, you know, acknowledging you know, what you have done towards that. The fact that you raised the awareness alone is big on that. But how do you feel about the state of the bill?
Obviously been watered down, really watered down, but well, it's a start. We can always go back to build on it. Now, the most important part is its implementation. How is it going to be implemented? Is there the governmental will, the presidential will to implement what we are asking for, what we've struggled to eventually get, you know, passed? That's what we are waiting for. Some say that, well, it will depend on the next elections and whichever government comes in a year, whether the, for example, the, you know, affirmative action concerning, you know, political, you know, positions and all that, whether we're going to see it, it has to be. But I feel that we have to start feeling it from now. But unfortunately, the economic hardship is overshadowing everything. We are talking about structures put in place to accelerate, you know, the development, the growth, the safety nets, you know, the protection of women, you know, in Ghana. Are we going to see it done? For example, this year, are we going to even have a sign of it? Not too long ago, we're told that when we raised the issue about, you know, women holding a government, a president accountable to his promise of appointing a certain percentage of women. I said, but where are the women? I remember 2020, 2020 elections. I made a post, and I said it on many platforms, that they should look at the women, the number of women out there. And 2020 elections, there were a lot of women who campaigned for these two political parties. The NDC women were out there. The NPP women they went to places that some of the men didn't even go. But in the end, how many women were voted for? How many women are in parliament? What kind of positions do they have? How many ministerial appointments did they? How many, you know, DCEs, boards, and nothing really. Tokenism is still.
It's still a thing here.
It's a thing here.
Yeah.
So getting it passed, yes, we may pause and applaud ourselves, but we need to move on to the next stage of pushing for its implementation to the letter.
Right. We can only look forward to much more of you. Now is the gift giving part. We are giving you some souvenirs from our sponsors, Samara Company Limited.
Thank you.
Do you know any of our products from the toothpaste?
I know the toothpaste. Okay. I know the Kel, and Yonyam uses the Kel.
Kel kits.
Yeah, she uses, and Yonyam uses Kel kits. I know of Sasso. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. So this is for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're saying thank you. This one is just for you. Okay. But our sponsors, after viewing the episodes, have decided that, look, we have to do much more for the Gifty Anti Foundation. So they are bringing you a whole truckload of these things.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not joking.
Oh, you're kidding.
I can kid about this. They are bringing you a whole truckload.
No, it's not true.
Oh, it's true. Distribute to the people you help, the people who need it. Oh,
wow.
Yes, we love such reaction, but I guess it goes to show that you're doing once again a reminder that what you're doing is important.
Thank you.
Yes, but that's not all. And then there is also a present from one of the girls or women who have been on the show. Now her company is called Inkuto Haven, and she says that we should give you this wonderful package.
I know her.
Yeah, she said you would say that.
Yes.
She also said you'd say that.
Yes.
And so this is from Benis of Inkuto Haven.
Oh, thank you.
I'll keep that.
Thank you.
You can keep that there.
You know, since I gave back to Inyonyam, all I use is Inkuto. I've never used any product. Inkuto.
Amazing. Well then, more Inkuto there for you. And then the final thing we're doing today, this is a token we give. It's a symbol of your greatness. It's shaped in the form of a stool because we see every woman who comes here as a queen. And because you're already the chief's wife, this is very much appropriate for you.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? Right. And we've got your name right here. It's also here at the bottom. So it's not just anything. This is a personalized symbol that we're giving you to say that thank you so much. This is for you.
Can I get up and
yes,
take
please.
it?
Yes, please.
This
is for you. Thank you so much, Oheneyere.
This is beautiful.
Gifty Anti.
I know where it will sit in my office. On top
we like
of
that.
the pack of awards.
We like that. Since you're better than me and you're more experienced than I am. You're going to take us home on this one. It's been such an exciting episode with you.
It's always the pride of a mother to see that her children are doing what she does, and they do it even much better in a bigger way. So I tell women, grown women, don't be afraid to encourage the younger ones to excel because there's pride in it. The younger ones, don't be afraid to take the risk, sacrifice, and dare to reach wherever you want to reach. I'm honored to be on the show today. Tomorrow, it may be your turn. It's not just a show. This is an inspiration. This is a motivation. This is a ladder climbing experience so that every young woman anywhere in this world will know that she's precious, she's loved, and she can do it. So thank you for watching.
Yes.
And don't ever miss any episode of the PL show, because next week you don't know who is coming.
Absolutely. Remember, the PL show is brought to you by the Kel toothpaste brands, Kel 360, Kel Case, and Kel Charcoal. My makeup is by the African American Beauty Academy and Spa. Well, now you heard from the more experienced Gifty, but it's goodbye from the Gifties. Bye.